Okay, so apparently I may actually still very much be on New York time because it's not even 6:30 this morning and I am completely and utterly wide awake. Even though it sounds like I'm not awake, but remember, I'm in a hotel, there are other hotel guests, so I have to be very considerate of their actions and whatever it is they're doing. But that doesn't mean I still can't be excited by the fact that today is Saturday. Yes, it's Saturday. That is awesome. And holy cow, if my time in Colorado Springs was good, wait until I tell you exactly what happened yesterday. So, after you made the video, we actually, had breakfast downstairs at the La Quinta. They have pretty good breakfast. They make your own waffles, cereal, fruit. Nothing too fancy. Not like one of those all-you-can-eat breakfast buffets or anything like that. But it's still pretty good. Plus, I actually like the giant make-your-own waffle makers because they make those giant waffles or whatever. Those are pretty good. And so, believe it or not, the itinerary was that we would actually, our entire family, and we've actually been saving it up to this point, to the fact that we're probably going to go again. Not today, but later. Anyway, we actually went to a place called Elitch Gardens. Now, for those of you who don't know, Elitch Gardens is a theme park or amusement park or whatever you want to call it. For those of you up in New York, you can think of it as the Denver, Colorado version of Darien Lake. And that place, don't get me wrong, I love Darien Lake. Darien Lake is great. I've been there many times in my youth, and I hope to continue going now, and I hope to continue going when I have kids of my own. However, Elitch Gardens, maybe it's the fact that I don't come to Colorado very often, but Elitch Gardens is really special. It is. They have a bunch of roller coasters. They have that giant tall tower that, lifts you up all the way up, and then, you're in the air for 15 seconds, and then, by the way, I actually have a way to conquer that sort of ride. I'll explain that in a minute. So, and there's a water park, of course. Gotta love the water park. So, yeah. Again, I couldn't take any pictures of anything because, A, I'm with my family and I don't really want to, potentially ruin that with having technology get in the way. Plus, if I'm going to a water park, this phone, my camera, should be the last thing I should take with me. Don't get me wrong. We all know what happened on day 174. But do I dare take that chance again? The answer is no. So, I actually made sure my breakfast was rather light because I knew I was going to go on rides, and even though I know for a fact I don't have any motion sickness or, suffer from any kind of, headaches or anything like that when I ride rides, I still want to be careful because as you get older, that sort of immunity sort of wears off, and that can be a huge problem. No one likes tossing their cookies on the mind eraser. Oh yeah, there's actually, believe it or not, Darien Lake has a roller coaster called the Mind Eraser, and Elitch Gardens also has a ride called the Mind Eraser. Dangling your legs and everything. It's great. There's also a boomerang too. So, yeah. Sorry, the name is escaping me right now. I was just there yesterday. Darn it. Anyway. They have the roller coaster where, pulls you back, and then, goes you down, sends you down, then you go through all these loops and stuff, and, drops and whatever, then you're going forward and it lifts you up again, and then you go the entire thing backwards. Yeah, Darien Lake, it's called the boomerang, and even though I was just there, the name is escaping me right now, which, darn it, why is it escaping me right now? But let's just say, for the sake of the video, let's call it the boomerang. I'm sure it's... Actually, no, I think it is called the boomerang. Who am I kidding? Anyway. So, yeah. The rides at Elitch Gardens are solid as all. They're solid. I almost accidentally cursed there. Don't worry. You know me. I'm not going to curse. But I can tell you that, there's some good, and, of course there's good, carnival food. I mean, it's, it's a theme park. It's an amusement park. Of course there's going to be food. Of course there's going to be stuff like Dippin' Dots or, hot dogs and hamburgers. Actually, believe it or not, in Elitch Gardens there's a Panda Express. So, yeah. We don't have any Panda Expresses where I'm from in New York, so it is a real treat, even though, let's be honest, it's not real Chinese food, but it still tastes so good. With that said, however, it was a fun time, and, my mom doesn't really ride many rides, but she loves going to Elitch Gardens. In fact, when she was younger, she loved going to Elitch Gardens so much that she would call it wee liches. So, yeah, there is that. Let's see what else about Elitch Gardens is there. They have that sort of ride where, I believe at Darien Lake the ride was called like the Twister or whatever, where like you're sitting down and it's supposed to like put you in what's supposed to be representation of a twister. They have that kind of ride too. Let's just say thank goodness I really did eat light that morning, because, I was actually starting to feel it a little. And again, I normally never get motion sickness, ever. So it was actually kind of surreal. But, it is what it is. And again, my mom doesn't really ride rides very much, but what she will do is she'll go on that one pirate ship looking ride where it just swings like back and forth and back and forth. And I actually do like that kind of ride too, I'm not going to lie. For whatever reason, I find myself laughing the entire time I'm on that ride. I don't know why. I don't know, what can I say? It is a fun ride at times. So, there's that. And you gotta have a splash log ride. And I mean, the one at Darien Lake is like a 2-seater, which is pretty solid. It can be a little intimate, especially if you're with that special someone on a date. But at Elitch Gardens, ooh, there's it's actually one of those giant ones where there's like 4 or 5 rows worth of people you can fit in each boat, and it's a wider track, so we're able to fit more people and go. And not only is the splash bigger, but right in front of the ride, there's actually a bridge where after you get off the ride, you got to get across that bridge as fast as possible if you don't want to just get completely splashed all over by the ride that's coming in. I mean, personally, I am awesome, and of course I don't mind getting wet, so I just embrace them, just like, and then it splashes on me, and the force of the splash was so great it actually set me back a couple inches. But, that's just the kind of fun ride there is. And, of course, there is the water park. The water park there is awesome. They have one of those, one of the best rides is the kind of ride where it's like a giant circular inflatable raft or whatever, where, it just weaves you like up and down as you're going from turn to turn. And the more people that are in there, like, the crazier the ride is. If you ever go there, it's like the giant red ride, or something. It's like a giant red water slide, excuse me. But regardless of how many people go per tube, I guess, the line is insanely long. Like, I think we may have waited in that line for, well, actually, it was only like 10-15 minutes, but still, it was a pretty long ride. Luckily, there were people who were going on the ride that came in like giant groups, which definitely helped. And then there was like the occasional one where it was only like 2 or 3 people. But it was still fun overall. And in the end, what I was happiest... Oh, there's also a wave pool. There's a wave pool. There's definitely a wave pool. Wave pools are awesome. And you can't have a water park without a lazy river. And there's a whole bunch of other water slides, too, that let's be honest, everybody has possibly been on if you've been watching these videos, but trust me, if you're ever in Denver, Colorado, you gotta try going to Elitch Gardens. You know, try and swing going there. It is awesome. It really is. And I do suggest you go as soon as possible because rumor has it that, see, Elitch Gardens is actually not very far from Mile High Stadium, which is where the Denver Broncos play. I actually have a few friends of mine, and of course I have family out here in Denver who are Broncos fans, which, again, I don't hate the Broncos. In fact, I really like Von Miller. I really do. So, yeah, nothing wrong with the Broncos at all. Of course, when they play the Cowboys, I immediately hate them, which unfortunately was the case last year. That was not a very fun weekend for me. Anyway, so the rumor has it that they're actually going to close down the park and tear it down, so there's going to be more parking for, you know, the Mile High Stadium, which I get why. I mean, that's what the New York Yankees did when they tore down the house that Babe Ruth built in order to build more parking for the new Yankee Stadium. I guess that's progress, but seriously, if you can swing going to Elitch Gardens, please do. It is fun, it is great, and to all my friends that are in the upstate New York area, don't worry. A piece of my heart will always have love for Darien Lake. But, you know, and honestly, I don't think I could really say which one is better, Elitch Gardens or Darien Lake. Honestly, it prefers preference. I mean, if you love being like in a nice hometown, upstate New York, rather quiet and subtle, yet also very serene in areas like the Finger Lakes, you'd want to head towards, you know, Darien Lake. But if you love like the mountain air and the views of the mountains and, you know, really big city setting, then of course Elitch Gardens is right for you. But in the end, it really is up to preference. And that's never a bad thing. So, yeah. All in all, it was a pretty fun, solid day. And, yeah. It was fun, and I really don't have much to say about that. And what was even better about it is that I was able to spend time with my family. And being around family is always the best thing in the world. It is. So, whether it's whether members of my own family are watching, or members of the family that is the potentially giant audience that's watching these videos, I'm humbled I made this video for all of you guys to watch and enjoy for today. I'm hopeful that we all have a wonderful Saturday. So of course that at least we have that going for us. And remember, if any of you guys ever want to talk or chat, I'm always going to be here to lend an ear, and I'll always have your back. So take care.